Hey guys, we're out here in Bellbrook, Ohio. We're going to bring you a really unique project we're working on out here. We've built a tornado shelter inside this home, and we're going to bring you the details of that here in just a minute. This home sits on approximately 10 to 15 acres here. There's groundwater fairly close to the surface, so they needed to build this home on a slab here rather than a basement. That's why we put the tornado shelter inside on the slab. This area here, Xenia, Ohio, is approximately 3 miles this way. Many of you may know of Xenia, Ohio, is in 1974 had an F5 that went through and did catastrophic damage. This family went through that 1974 tornado. That's why we're putting the storm shelter in for them. Our area receives, within the whole region around this Dayton area here, and actually this path Bellbrook over towards Xenia, since 1880s has seen over 20 tornadoes. We get approximately one every 10 to 15 years here. Now they're not all F5s, but anything from a 0 to a 5. Just last year, Memorial Day, in the Dayton region, Beaver Creek headed towards the Xenia area, there were 15 tornadoes in one day on Memorial Day weekend, and that was just last year. Thankfully, there was not many major injuries. I have some friends, a couple friends that lost some houses in that tornado, but you'll see what we did in here and why we did it, and then also there's some other unique features about this farm style home. There's 8-foot doors all throughout. The homeowner is relatively tall, so part of this construction here we went with 10-foot ceilings and 8-foot doorways. Let's go check it out. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and also give us some feedback in the comments section if you would. Let's go in. As I mentioned earlier, this house being on a slab is the purpose for building the concrete storm shelter within the first floor of the home here. As you can see, it sits right here, concrete box. Now we've done some framing around it to get ready to put drywall over top of it. You won't even be able to tell it's a concrete structure within the center of this home. Check this out. The stairway wraps around the structure, and part of the second floor here actually sits on top of this structure. Now, with that being said, the floor system actually sitting on top of this structure assists in holding part of this structure together. It's locked into that concrete structure and then assists in the movement of the rest of the house because it's tied in on top and anchored to it. So we'll give you some more details about the concrete itself. This structure is approximately 10 foot by 10 foot. Inside dimensions are a little less. We've got 8-inch concrete walls, 4,000 PSI concrete. It was poured monolithic. That's all one pour, same day, walls and top deck. These walls are 8 inches thick. Rebar number 4 is 12 inches on center. Dowed into a footer was designed in this home below this structure to support this structure. This concrete box weighs approximately 33,000 pounds. As you can see, the bedrooms of the home are all on this end of the house. There's 4 bedrooms down through here. Now, if there's a tornado, you don't have a whole lot of time, so the doorway is in this space of the home so that easy access if something happens, as it's easily accessible from the family space out on that side of the home, but the bedroom space here, if there's something that happens in the night, a lot of tornadoes happen in the late evening or overnight, so that gives them very quick access. Approximately, you could be in this space in about 3 seconds if you were in a hurry. This door on this we'll show you in a little bit, but this space inside here will hold approximately 13 people. They have a big family if they have everyone over, a seasonal event, and there happens to be a tornado, the whole family can fit in here. Again, the ceilings in here are approximately almost 9 feet, 9 to 10 feet. Like I said, this was poured monolithically, all one pour. It has ventilation system in the ceiling. There's an air intake down low that can be battery operated, and then there's exhaust as well as fresh air on the ceiling here, PVC sleeves that where if any debris is coming around, it can't actually protrude into this space. It also has a light fixture in here, and then they'll have their safety kit in here as well, their water, their blankets, their all those things, flashlights, all those things, little small food supply you may need if you're in here for a little bit. You shouldn't get trapped in this space. This door will be an in-swing door. That way, if debris lands outside this space, if a major tornado comes through, they'll be able to swing this door in and clear debris to get out. Whoops. You'll be able to clear debris out from this opening here. If things pile up after the storm passes, you'll be able to clear it. Now, this space here, I personally would ride out an F5 in that space. We've calculated the numbers on this box, and if it wasn't epoxied and doweled into the footer here, it would take more than an F5 to just slide this box on this slab. So with the doweling in place, I'd ride this out in an F5 tornado. Here we have the door that'll be going in that tornado shelter. We got the specifications from the manufacturer prior to forming the door opening, so we made sure this door would fit when it got here. This door has 13 anchors around the perimeter that will anchor into the concrete opening over there. And as you can see, it is an in-swing door. This would be the inside of the room on this side. And once you enter the room, you deadbolt these locks, and that secures your door from the storm to come. This door can also be used in that space as a safe room. There's a lot of people building safe rooms these days for other purposes. As you can see from this side, you can't access that space if you've deadbolted the other side, so that space can also be used for a homeowner safe room. Oh, one other thing, as you can see, I mentioned earlier about the size of the openings in this house. All the door openings in this house are set up for 8-foot doors all throughout the house, and 10-foot ceilings in here. It's a very unique feature in this home. Okay, so also check this out. I'm over here in the family room space, and the storm shelter is over here behind me. If I get storm warning, you don't have a lot of time. When a tornado's coming, they usually don't have a whole lot of time. They give you a decent heads up, but there's times where you only have a matter of seconds. If I get a warning and I'm out here in just about the furthest space in this home, I'm in the space. So that's how fast you can get to that space from anywhere in the home. It's a matter of seconds that save lives sometimes. So you want to be able to easily access a space like this within your home. If you're going to a garage, you're going to an outdoor cellar, there's nothing wrong with that, but you need more warning. When it's inside your home like this, you can get there in a matter of seconds. One other thing I wanted to show you too, actually, is what we require in our local region is, well, they call them hurricane ties, but actually around here we should call them tornado ties. Right here you see every truss in this house has a hurricane tie on it, or it should be a tornado tie. And be sure that your structure on every truss connection, and follow your truss manufacturer's recommendations on this, but they make sure you put the right nails in every hole on your connectors. And also, something else very important, this is an interior truss connection, but on your exterior truss connections, you have the same thing going on all your truss bearing points on your exterior wall. You have hurricane ties on all those. Make sure your wall sheeting actually nails to both those plates. I've seen before some builders, they're not putting good nails where their sheeting comes up onto those two top plates, and your truss system can just lift your plate right off the wall, rather than that the hurricane ties work, but they take the plate with it. So be sure your wall sheeting is properly nailed to both those top plates, and as well as your sill plate, because that develops the full structure of your wall all the way down to your anchor bolts. One more quick note while we're discussing storms and tornado or hurricanes. Not only did we go through the F4 here in Beaver Creek last Memorial Day, but my crew happened to be up in Cedar Rapids during the 2020 derecho that went through Iowa, through Cedar Rapids and Marion, Iowa. We're currently building a house up there, and as you'll see in that video, if you have a chance to take a look at it, we have that on our channel. There's a house at the end of the video that we show that actually came down in that storm, and what we found, or what appeared to me, was the importance of the straps and joist hangers and the proper nails and how they're supposed to be used. Your building inspectors, after a storm like this, for the next few years will actually be really looking at this kind of thing. As we know here in Beaver Creek, where this tornado came through here, as we're rebuilding, this is one of the areas they tend to focus on after a storm like that, and roofs come off and buildings come apart. We noticed on that one, and I didn't actually go up on site and take a look, but on the girder truss, which is a truss that supports multiple other trusses, generally your mono trusses or your other trusses will attach to the girder by one of these hangers. Now you have face nails in these hangers that go in each of these positions. All have to be filled. Those are generally maybe 1.5 inch nail, unless it depends on what depth your girder is. You may have 3s in that. And then also you see these holes here on the side. Well, when your other truss comes in here and bears on that, there's 3-inch toenails that go in each of these positions. These are not face nails. You don't put the little short 1.5 inches in here. Those toenails are designed to go through and into the girder truss in the back. So what we saw on that house that came apart was they didn't properly, or if any, nails. When that girder truss was laying on the garage floor, it had all these hangers on it, and there was no nails still sticking. These 3 inchers, if they used the right nail, when that truss ripped out, would have left those nails hanging here, or broke them out of the corners of those trusses. There was 0 nails in this area. That house probably would have held together if the hangers and anchors were put in properly. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm Donnie, and we're Clem Construction Group.